It was fine to talk about Corbin Carroll. You're like, yeah, move him down, whatever.
What a bitch.
When they do it to my guy, you're like, no, I don't like that anymore.
Hit it.
Welcome to the Coach's Sons podcast. It is May 23rd. It's been a while, Chris.
Yeah.
Welcome. How are you doing?
You wanted to say April.
I did. I want to say April.
That was the last time we did one of these things.
It's been
People
a
probably
while.
forgot I got a lot of texts like, yo, you guys quit?
I had some people who were a little agitated too. Shout out to the people that still talk about the show. People like the Rob Brown. I know your friends were bothering you. We appreciate it, and sorry.
I got a lot of texts.
It didn't really work out. We were busy traveling. I did a lot of work travel. We went to the PGA Championship, and guys, sorry, we got distracted.
We brought our stuff. Does that count?
I mean, it's the thought that counts, Chris. But full disclosure, we went to Churchill Downs. We played golf ourselves. We went to the PGA Championship. We just were a little busy doing,
non-baseball stuff.
Non-baseball stuff, exactly.
So we got to be better.
We got to be better, for
we
sure.
have to be better.
That's on us. Chris, you did some traveling too, right?
I did. So since the last time we met here
2 years ago.
Yeah, late years ago, I went to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Took a trip down there to watch them play the Seattle Mariners.
Yep.
Overall good trip, but ended up meeting up with Cammie, that Astros teacher.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome. Got to see her before the game a little bit. Talked 15, 20 minutes, just kind of hung out. I wanted to leave there hating the Astros, not her by no means, but hating the Astros as a whole. And honestly, they were fine. Like, I had Griffey jersey on for Saturdays. I don't for the second game I went to.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I didn't get bothered at all. Nobody said anything to me. I was talking up with some of the Houston locals. Just an overall great trip. And back to Cammie for a second. I know I tweeted this out again, what feels like light years ago, but it was just really a cool, like, surreal moment. Because like other than that, like I don't know that woman at all.
Right. Yeah.
So like the idea that this podcast was created, we got her to do a season preview, and then we'll say met her in the wild, right?
Yeah.
Like got to meet up with her. Even just for those couple minutes just to talk and shoot the shit. When I told her we were from South Carolina, she's like, "What? Like you don't have like what's the closest stadium?" She lives, I would assume, really close. She's at games all the time.
It's a ways. It's a ways for us.
It was really a an eye-opening thing. Like, wow, like you can meet a lot of cool people. Doing this stuff. So. Just an overall cool trip. Mariners split the two games I went to 1-1. That was the big takeaway.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
But yeah, that's what I did in terms of travel, besides PGA, of course.
Yep. That's really cool, man. I mean, I think one of the things we talked about early when we were talking about goals is what would we love to get out of the podcast, and that's a community, and it's awesome that we're starting to establish that. I mean, we're going to lose it if we stop recording podcasts,
Correct.
Of course. So, again, hand up, that's on us. But we're glad to be back and looking to be more creative when things come into play like work life and stuff like that. So thank you guys for sticking around, and I'm glad you're listening to us today. So let's get into baseball. No one's arm has fallen off technically since the last time we talked, so that's good. We've had some positional players like Trout got hurt around the time we recorded. The San Francisco Korean baseball player, his name's escaping me. Is it? Anyways, obviously
he went down.
He went down. He's down for the year too. So shoulder injury.
Right?
Lee. Yeah. So shoulder injury. So those are the two big ones when it comes to like injuries, but nothing else has really happened since. Now there are some really good stories though, Chris. What's the first one you want to talk about? I think everyone knows.
I have one breaking news that happened 32 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. What's that?
If you care about the White Sox, Eloy Jimenez hamstring to miss an extended period of time.
Well, that's not good.
So he probably won't be getting traded this year.
Yeah. Extended period on hamstring's bad. Soft
for him.
I
feel like he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So I was looking at my notebook that I have nothing written in, but it's all here.
All
right, number one, the biggest, most anticipated probably arrival since Steven Strasburg, I would say, in terms of mound presence, was Paul Skenes.
Yeah.
He's here. and he's beautiful. God damn it!
Holy crap! It's funny. We joked about how he was only pitching maybe 2 innings in the minors, and they were just saving that arm because he is throwing straight gas. Now, I'm a little skeptical, and I think his arm's going to fall off like every other pitcher that's good. But
you keep that to yourself.
Holy crap!
We don't.
He looks awesome. He looks dominant. He's got the splinker.
He's got a splinker.
They keep making up names for pitches that don't make a lot of sense, but that pitch is nasty. Obviously, he's throwing it 100 miles an hour. That's tough to keep up with. So
he's must-see TV.
Agreed.
He's ramping the pitch count up. So his first start, for all the hype that you got, was okay, right? 4 innings, 3 earned runs, couple walks, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Gave up a long ball.
Yeah, his K per
again,
nine's pretty high.
not the best start, but through 84 pitches. Start 2, he somehow faced the Cubs twice in a row. 6 innings, but no hits.
He had
One
no
walk.
through 6 innings, and they took him out.
He had 100 pitches.
Oh, okay.
11 strikeouts.
Whew.
So your boy is back in a big way. Baseball Reference did not update his. He actually pitched this afternoon. Give me 30 seconds.
Which
while I
sidebar?
find it.
I'm glad he pitched this afternoon because that means the Braves do not face him for the weekend series. So I'd love to see him, but I don't want to see him pitch against us.
And another quality
particularly.
start. 6 innings. Gave up a couple hits. 6 hits. 1 earned run. 1 walk. 3 strikeouts.
Only
against-
3 strikeouts. Okay.
Against the Giants. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay, that
know
makes
what
sense.
what the deal was in terms of strikeouts. Maybe they're catching on somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's here. It's awesome, and they're kind of letting him go. As the season wears on, I could see them kind of pulling off him a little bit in terms of just shutting him down, which, whatever, I guess. I don't love it, but they're the Pirates. They're probably not going to be in contention by that point. I'm fine with it. However, I think he's appointment television.
Oh, I completely
He's
agree.
on the mound. You flip your chair. You go watch. you're going to watch Paul.
I mean, there's 2 guys that are throwing just electricity, and he's one of them. And it's definitely one of those things that I don't. There is no way you can watch a batter face Skenes and go, that's the hardest thing. That's not the hardest thing to do in sports, because obviously it is.
It's ridiculous.
I've seen a couple of the camera angles, like from behind the plate. I mean, if you blink, you don't see the ball. Literally, you don't see the ball. It's fast, and it's moving too. Not just fast, but it's going from left to right. It's crazy. It's such an amazing thing to see, and God bless all those batters out there, because they're going to need all the help they can get.
Yeah, it's exciting. And, just a quick aside, they have Jared Jones, too. Like, he's pitching well.
Really well.
So some young
miss
talent.
him, too.
some young talent in Pittsburgh. It gives you eyeballs on the Pirates, hopefully. Oh, one aside. I actually didn't put this in the notes, and us talking about the Pirates did this. So what they should do, like the biggest blow-up event of all time, would be Skenes pitching on their Hall of Fame induction night this year, because they inducted Barry Bonds into their Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Pittsburgh Pirate Hall of Famer Barry Bonds. Welcome.
I mean,
and
good
you got to
for
have Skenes. You got to figure it out.
Yeah, you gotta make that
Skenes
work.
has to pitch that day.
That's a highlight of a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are they playing? Any idea?
I don't know. They just announced it yesterday, and it was some weird.
Good
video.
for the Pirates for being. I mean, that's pre-steroids, Barry, but still,
He still had 2 MVPs.
that's true. I mean, maybe that was like beginning steroids, Barry. Who knows?
He had 2 MVPs.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Never failed a drug test. Anywho, about flamethrowers. Most of this opening is going to be about pitchers and how
Pitchers
some of
have
these
been
guys
the
are
most
crazy
dominant right now. Yeah.
But we want to talk about dominant and just stuff. This Mason Miller fellow
Holy crap, dude.
from the Oakland Athletics has just cemented himself as one of the most entertaining players to watch.
What the hell? How do you throw a baseball that fast?
My guy just comes out and throws hard.
That's not just hard. When I was referring to 2 guys who are throwing electricity, he's the other one. I mean, he has the 5 fastest pitchers in the league so far, or something like that. I saw the graphic. I mean, I think his average is 101 or 100 something. Like, it's stupid.
It is his. Yep, it's an average fastball of 101.
average. His average fastball, not his tops. His average fastball is 101. That's insane. That's so fast. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's a big kid. He's got a lot of energy. You wonder how long he'll keep that up. But man, he's looking awesome. He's a must watch too. If when he gets to pitch.
Well, he's got to come in first. They've got to be winning. There's a lot to do with the
which
A's.
is not happening a lot. So we don't get to see him.
It
much.
happened more. He's got 8 saves.
Do you think they'll trade him?
He's got like a ridiculous amount of a ridiculous number of years of control.
Yeah.
So if so, they're gonna get like an unprecedented haul for a reliever.
Yeah.
And
which no one's gonna do.
I mentioned it is in a separate group text. It's like there's no way. Again, based on the 7 years, somebody's like, it is the A's, and you're like, yeah, I guess you can't never say never. And if the O's come calling with some of their, top prospects that they always have, it's kind of tough to avoid that call because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mason Miller isn't getting them over the hump per se, but he's somebody
they don't give a shit about the hump.
He's somebody that can pay sell tickets.
Yeah.
Come see Mason Miller.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mason Miller, his very first appearance, March 30th, he gave up 2 earned runs. Since then, 15 additional appearances.
Yep.
Not 1 run.
Oof.
Has not given up a run since. So his total ERA is 0.89, but just based on those 2 earned runs.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
So these numbers come from Sarah Lang's. So his last 15 games, so we're just going to assume he didn't play on March 30th because it's more fun that way. 19.1 innings pitched, no runs, as I just said, 40 strikeouts, no walks.
No walks?
Not one.
Holy crap, really?
Yeah. That's
fucking amazing.
My guy is just slicing and dicing.
Is he throwing strikes or guys just don't know where the ball is and they're just swinging at everything? I wonder.
He's throwing 70% strikes.
Oh, wow.
So I would assume that's good.
That's crazy. Yeah,
and he's
that's so good.
Based on Baseball Savant. I talked about this before we actually started recording. Baseball Savant looks awesome. I just don't know how to use it properly. There's so much information, and it's like
this is so good. I think.
Yeah, it's great. He throws 2 pitches. He throws a 4-seam fastball at 101 and a slider.
Yeah,
those are his 2 pitches.
Yeah.
60 and 40% respectively.
Yep.
Come and get me if you can.
Nope.
He's striking out. Now this is all season. 56.2% of his batters.
That's crazy. That's such a wild number.
Like people, they're not making contact, and if they are, it's not very hard contact. Like his exit velocity is one of the lowest in the league. His ERA again is 0.89.
So you know what that means? So that means he's missing bats, right? Because exit velocity has everything to do with barrel location.
He has no.
Right.
There are no barrels.
No one's getting a barrel on the ball.
Not one.
Yeah, that's a telling
person.
stat. That's a telling stat.
Not one person. Last year, he had 3 barrels in 6. So, but he wasn't as cool last year.
Yeah, no, not as cool. He's definitely a lot cooler. He's got some moxie this go around.
I just don't understand how that happens. Like I get he was younger, but he had a 27.3 strikeout percent. 600. He threw double the amount of pitches he has now.
I remember him being talked about last year as potential, but I don't remember him throwing absolute gas. He was a starter. He definitely
tried him to be a starter.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Work.
Maybe
he threw 300 more pitches in total last year, so he clearly wasn't that good at anything.
Yes,
but all of his numbers this year are just going back to the do you trade him question. How many times do you see a dominant Kimbrel? Right, Kimbrel was dominant for years, and now he's over the hill, and that's fine. He did his job, but you don't see that.
No,
and that dominance for those years. You have these guys; they throw hard. They're dominant in their respective time period, but once they
come to the earth, it's over.
And I don't know, it's 101. It's harder than that at most times. I guess I don't know how you time that up.
Yeah,
but we'll see. It's going to be fun.
I mean,
that's the only thing. Him and Brent Rooker is all we get to watch for the A's.
Yeah, that's the only reason you would want to watch the A's at this point. So, a lot of fun. So, who's the last person we want to talk about?
You should be the one that talks about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I've gotten a lot of requests.
I know what you're going to do.
I've gotten a lot of requests stating explicitly that Andrew gives us no respect. Like Rodney Dangerfield out there.
I don't give.
All right. Talk about the NL Cy Young at this. It's a 2-horse race, but he was probably one right now.
Yeah. So the Phillies pitcher, Mr. Suarez is.
Ranger Suarez.
Ranger
Suarez.
Mr. Ranger Suarez is pitching in ways that, well, one, no one anticipated him to be this good.
True.
And two, I mean, we talked about it a little, how he was starting off really hot, but he faced teams that weren't really that good. But at this point, he's faced enough different teams that this is legit. The guy is, top 10 in most stats that matter in pitching. The ones I looked at. So it's definitely, he doesn't lead in anything that I'm like, oh, that's significant. We'll get to that during our 3 up, 3 down, but he's definitely someone that is the top of each category, and that you can't ignore that. I'm going to try because it's the Phillies, but it is something that, you expect his performance out of Wheeler, which Wheeler's still pitching really well, but he's being outpitched by Suarez. And that is a very frightening proposition for me. So,
yes.
Yeah, I don't love it.
When Wheeler and Nola turn. Not that Wheeler's been bad and not that Nola's been bad. It's just
right.
Ranger's been that much
he's just
better
been that
than
much
them.
better, yeah. I mean, Wheeler's still pitching great.
Correct.
Yeah.
But for context, Ranger Suarez, so you just said he's at the top. So let's talk just super quick numbers. 10 starts. He's 9-0.
Yep.
1.36 ERA.
Yep.
There are 4 other pitchers in the live ball era. I have no idea what year that is, but live ball era, this goes back a long time.
Right.
This is from Jay Hay, by the way, with 9+ wins and an ERA of 1.5 or lower through their first 10 starts. That's Juan Marichal, Ubaldo Jimenez, which is an odd one, and but he had a crazy first half of that one year, and Sal Magley in like the 50s.
Okay. Listen to those 4 names.
Juan Marichal, awesome.
Yes, but still, look, here's the deal.
Hall of Famer, Juan Marichal.
Okay, I agree, but for the most part, like baseball is full of random stats that can make you significant.
I got a lot of random ass
but
stats.
I'm just saying that, look, he's starting hot. There's no doubt, and I hope this doesn't continue, because if it does, the Phillies are a problem. They're already a problem, guys. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
They're very much a problem.
But if Suarez can be this guy or be even half this guy for the rest of the season, the Phillies are going to be in a really, really great spot. So, no, I hate it, but I mean, we have to give credit where credit's due for sure.
So again, Ranger Suarez, 1A for Cy Young. Shota Imanaga probably 1B. They're very close.
Yep.
That's going to play out throughout the rest of the
Suarez's
season.
strikeouts, I think, are better than Imanaga. But we'll talk.
I haven't looked.
Yeah.
But the Phillies as a whole, we're going to just put them on a pedestal for a moment. They're playing out of their goddamn mind. They're doing everything right.
So
they're the best record in baseball. They're ahead of you by 6 games.
Okay. All right. So listen up.
I could play devil's advocate.
No.
You're going there
listen
already.
up, all of Chris's minions. We do 3 up, 3 down, right? So I understand all you guys don't like me because you're from Philly and all that fun stuff. And
Nobody's
whatever.
from Philly.
Well, whatever. You're close enough to Philly that you claim the Phillies. The first thing on my 3 up is the Phillies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're the best team in baseball right now.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Okay, you
Go
can.
ahead.
They're the best team in baseball right now. The best record. They have one of the best, run differentials. But we talked about that doesn't matter as much now. They have 3 stud pitchers with Suarez pitching out of his mind. I'm not talking too much about it because fuck the Phillies. But you got to give credit where credit's due. They look like a problem.
And it's without Trey Turner.
It's without Trey Turner.
Oh, there's an injury you forgot. Trey Turner.
Oh, that's fair. But
Hand up.
Yeah, but I mean, last year he disappeared for half the year and then came. I mean,
but then they gave him a standing ovation.
It's kind of what he does,
Trey Turner. So,
but the Phillies are playing very well. Like, I'll give credit there. They are in the position I thought the Braves were going to be in at this point. So, congratulations, Philly fans. I still hate you guys, the team. I don't hate you as people. Obviously, I'm not that kind of person. But I hate saying that, but I have to. I can't ignore it. So the Phillies are looking pretty awesome.
And there's 2 things to say about the Phillies and then just the season as a whole.
Yeah.
So, like, the Phillies have played 51 games, give or take.
Right.
That's kind of where everybody's at. We're almost a third. We're past a quarter, less than a third of a way through the season.
Yeah.
These are not, 2 week, a month sample. Like this is a pretty large sample size in a whole season of what's going on.
Yeah.
They're 37-14. They're off to a crazy start.
Best record in baseball right now.
But I guess that speaks to all the stats we're going to talk about where you're like, this guy's having a down year. We're 2 months in now.
Yeah.
A big chunk of this season is gone.
Down year means it's a down year. Yeah. It's not a down
still
month.
time,
Yeah.
right? There, a lot of guys turning around the second half and whatnot. But just context for that. But one thing you can take away and be happy about maybe that you could come at some of these fans
I love this.
for.
Yes, let's go.
And I get a text every day about it because the Phillies have only played 6 games against teams that are 500.
Right. Yeah.
Their spin zone is that they're making every team under 5. They're playing teams right around 500.
Oh,
by the time the Phillies get done with them,
they're now
well
under 5.
5.
Oh, got it.
A la the Rangers. The Rangers were hovering around 500, and they just swept them. Let's see what the Rangers are at right now. Yeah, the Rangers are 24-27.
Right.
So the Phillies just took 3 games from them. So the Rangers don't fall into that category.
Right. But they're playing, mid teams essentially. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'll allow you to take away.
I'll take it. They are no longer winning games by 1 run. They're playing very well. So it is unfortunate. But we might as well just segue into the rest of 3 Up, 3 Down. So I'll give you my next 2. How do we not talk about Shohei?
Yeah.
I mean, he is okay. Offensive stats. He's first in average, total bases, slugging, OPS. He's second in hits, and he's top 5 in runs, doubles, OBP, and WAR.
But DHs shouldn't win the MVP. Is what some people would try to say.
It's unbelievable how good he is.
It's not fair.
And obviously when he can start pitching again, I wonder if his offensive numbers come down a little when he has to pitch too. But he is just out of this world right now, and so you got to give credit where credit's due. Shohei is looking like he's worth every penny the Dodgers spend on him right now. And speaking of being worth every penny, we've already referenced him. My other 3 up was Imanaga.
Okay.
I mean,
penny. He's getting paid nothing.
Nothing.
That's like a Braves kind. That's something you guys do.
But I mean, it was a big signing for the Cubs.
It was a risky signing.
It was a risky signing.
What, 4 years, 50 something?
Yeah, I mean, it was something that they decided to go with. He leads the league in pitching in his WAR 3.0, league leading ERA .84. That's it.
And he doesn't throw hard.
No, he doesn't. So he has 6 quality starts in 9 starts. Think about that. 6 quality starts out of 9, and he's top 4 in WHIP, which is .91. This dude is, again, I'm not going to say Greg Maddux level, but he doesn't throw hard, but his control is unbelievable. Guys are not hitting the ball well against him. Obviously, getting an ERA under 1 after 9 starts, that's impressive, man. And yes, you said Suarez. Cy Young 1A 1B.
It's close.
It's close for sure. But I gave the Phillies a 3 up. So Imanaga, is because the team as a whole is playing well. Imanaga is a standout for the Cubs.
I don't know what I was gonna say. See, you want to know what page I'm on? Baseball Savant.
Yeah,
I had something.
You got lost trying to figure out what it was saying.
I scrolled down. I was like, God damn it! There's so many numbers.
I don't know what this means.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, so those are my 3: Phillies, Shohei, and Imanaga. What you got?
My 3 up are. This one's a little cheeky. Alek Manoah is back.
Okay, go ahead.
Alec or Alex?
I think it's Alex.
Alex, it sucks.
Hold on. You keep talking about Mr.
Right.
Manoah.
Manoah is back. Last 2 starts, very small sample size. However, 14 innings, 5 hits, not 1 earned run, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts.
It is Alec with a K.
That's what I've written down.
Okay, good. You got it right.
All right. Alec, he's back for now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. He's obviously a head case. No offense, Mr. Manoah. And I hope that he does well, but it is something that he's shown that he can be really great and then real bad. So, but right now he's consistent for sure.
Yeah, I like rooting him on. Like, why? Who cares if he's like? Why do you want him to be bad? Like, nobody wants to see that. And the Blue Jays could use him. They're kind of reeling right now. Mm-hmm. Another 3-up, and he did it again to me today. And I don't remember if this includes, but Aaron Judge, he's a goddamn problem.
Holy cow!
I don't think I texted it to you for some reason, but I asked multiple groups of people is why would we ever why is anybody throwing Aaron Judge a strike?
I have no idea.
A hittable pitch. I don't give a shit that Juan Soto's on first base because he usually is. Put them both on and make Alex Verdugo beat you. Right? Like, what are we doing? He has 9 home runs over his last 18 games and 12 over his last 28 per J. Just the guy's on fire, and the short porch might help, might not, but man, it doesn't matter. He's just a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when he goes opposite field, but I mean, he doesn't oppo that much.
He got us today. Hit one today.
Did he?
Yeah. We decided to throw him a 2-0 changeup about belt high.
I would. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we missed, but again, why are we throwing him strikes? I don't know. Another 3-up. I do have 2 more, but I'll use this one because it's definitely worth talking about. Bobby Witt Jr. And you might have brought him up last time, but he has not slowed down.
No, he hasn't.
He is now. Like I said, you could tell a lot of stories with stats. You could make stats say whatever you want.
Right. There's a great book out there, by the way, called How to Lie with Statistics.
So this is very much nitpicked type of stat.
Yep. Uh-huh.
However, he is the only player in MLB history through 50 games to have 7 home runs, 6 triples, 14 doubles, and 16 stolen bases. So that means like somebody has like 15 or something.
Right, yeah.
But that's a ridiculous
He's doing a lot of
season.
things. Yeah.
And in terms of WAR, I did have it pulled up. This is B WAR, by the way, Baseball Reference. He is 3rd behind only Mookie Betts and Kyle Tucker. Mm-hmm. He's playing his ass off.
Yeah.
And that team is performing around him.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to I'm going to mention the last 3-up because we have a few Red Sox people. Rafael Devers has 6
Devers is playing really well.
He homered in 6 straight games from the 15th through the 20th. Yeah. Just insane. But
I mean,
that's it.
I love it. I'm glad that the Red Sox have something to cheer about.
It's not that bad. Their pitching's been really good.
Their pitching's I think we mentioned this last episode. Their pitching has been very surprising. I mean, they are not embarrassed yet. They're still middle of the pack in that division. They're not going to catch the Yankees, but they're not in last, which is what we all thought they were going to be. And like you said, we're almost a third of the way through the season, so good for them.
Back to my 3-up of Bobby Witt Jr., but it moves right into my 3 down. And that's us.
Oh,
our first down is us being so negative on the Royals.
There's still time for them to
shove. There's plenty of time, but again, remember, we're about. I'm just going to use the round number. We're about 30% through the season, and the Royals are flipping us off.
They have 32 wins.
Yeah,
they're well on the way to get past the 70,
all the way to.
What a bummer.
Well, wait, I think they're still in second place, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But the Guardians the Guardians are playing really well too.
Yeah.
But
what a bummer. They both have won 6 in a row, by the way.
All of those acquisitions the Royals made this offseason that we kind of scoffed at, such as Seth Lugo, specifically Seth Lugo.
So Seth Lugo almost made my 3-up because he's pitching great.
He has a sub-2 ERA.
Yeah, he's pitching really well.
So everything they're doing just works. And when when this young phenom Bobby Witt Jr. is playing like he is, it makes it a little easier for the guys around him to fall in place.
You know what's a great example is the Diamondbacks last year. Corbin was playing out of his mind. The rest of the team fell in line.
You find a role.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
If they're going to go as he goes, they're going to be very successful.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But I mean, that's a good call out. I placed a bet that they would be sub. 72.
Yeah, I was
losing that shit.
Yeah, it's not going great.
Not going great at all.
I might double down on it though and just be like, oh, what's it now? 90 wins? No. So I'll try and make it in the middle somewhere. We'll see what we can do.
We'll figure it out.
Another down is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and it saddens me.
Yeah.
I have to listen to, tomorrow I'll probably listen to Buds and Blue Jays as well, just to hear what they're saying. I want to have them on at some point, and we're gonna get our Meh-riners Minute here soon, and Vladdy may or may not get discussed, but it's like he's just the middle of the road guy. He's got a 757 OPS, right? You want to be around 800 at worst to be real serviceable.
Yeah.
4 home runs, 22 RBI. He's only had an OPS over 800 twice in a season. One was an absurd 2021, and 2022 he hit 819 in terms of OPS. What are you getting out of him the rest of the way? And the Blue Jays are kind of struggling. That's why I want to listen to what they have to say. Like, I'm curious if they're ready to jump ship, because they're 11 games out of the Yankees. They're now, with the wild card the way it is, they're only 3.5 out of a wild card. So then you get to All-Star break and you're like, what do we do?
What do we do in this
How do we
situation?
operate? Because Bo Bichette kind of falls in that same category too, where what do? Do they stick with them and ride it out, or do they get – because no matter how bad Vlad is performing, I think he's going to command a large price.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
No, I completely agree. I don't. There's no way they can give him away for cheap, just because of potential that's there. Things we've seen, the power we know that's there, his ability to put the bat on the ball a couple years ago. It's not translating anymore. I don't know. He's just not seeing. The ball.
I don't have an answer. I don't know what it is. I'm not that in tune.
But I think that's a really good point. The All-Star break, we need to have kind of like a check-in with some of the our friends out there and see how they're doing. Yeah, because some of them are not going to be doing well.
No, I mean we might not be doing. Who knows?
I'm completely aware of
right
that.
now. It seems okay, but who knows?
I'll be in panic mode if this keeps up for sure.
And my last one, a little bit of a depressing one for myself, is Julio.
Yeah, Julio's not played well. Yeah,
he's not doing it. So today he bat 6th.
Oh,
like
wow.
Corbin Carroll type treatment, and I don't like it.
Don't like it.
It was fine to talk about Corbin Carroll. You're like, yeah, move him down, whatever.
What a bitch.
When they do it to my guy, you're like, no, I don't like that anymore. Not so fun when the rabbit's got the gun.
Yeah.
So he's only like lack of power. 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. What did I say? 800 is where you don't really want to go below if you're that big of a player.
Yep.
Got a 627 OPS.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's not good. He's not and people will want to point to the contract and he got paid, but it's tough to have a guy like Julio when you see Bobby Witt Jr. doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's demoralizing to say. I'm not saying Julio can't get there, because he can.
Yeah, we've seen him do it.
He's coming off a 30-30 season.
Do you think he is is your team performing around him and it's not a necessity, so there's not as much pressure?
No,
to
the
be,
lineup's poor.
Okay.
It almost might be a thing of we need you to do everything.
And he's crushing under that.
It could. I don't know. I need something to happen.
You need answers, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, he struggled to begin last year, but finished 30-30, so I'm not going to complain. I don't care when it all happened,
of course,
whatever.
yeah.
But it's a tough pill to swallow for me right now. But Julio has not been good.
Okay.
What do you got for 3 down?
All right, I'm going to start with the team too, just because you did. Well, you started with us, but I'm going to start with the team. The A's downfall has begun.
They're
1-9 in their last 10. They've lost the last 4 series. They only have, from their pitching staff, guess how many quality starts from the entire year so far?
I'm looking at number of games that they've played. So they've played 51.
51 games.
I'm gonna say,
okay. Here. Both the Braves and the Mariners have over 20. Just giving you a guide.
Quality starts.
Quality starts.
You're giving it 5. That's
well, okay. I mean, it's a little more than 5. It's
9.
12.
Okay.
Which is the worst in baseball, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they their bottom 5 as a team in most batting stats. So average home run, or no, home runs they're top. They hit the ball hard or they just miss the ball entirely. So like everything else is low. So they're just their descent has happened. And I expect them to be fighting with the White Sox for the worst team in baseball.
They're like the 4th worst team in baseball.
Yes, currently. But they started hotter than the other 3.
It's a race to the bottom.
It's a race to the bottom.
It's the Rockies, it's Marlins, it's them, and then White Sox.
Yeah, White Sox are by far the worst team in
abysmal.
baseball. Yeah, they're the worst. And speaking of the White Sox,
Uh-oh.
Andrew Benintendi.
I saw some stuff on him today.
Okay, here's the deal. I watch, because we are in Greenville, South Carolina. Benintendi came up through the Red Sox organization. So we saw him play with the Greenville Drive. They won their single A, whatever they call that, when he played with them. I watched him play in Portland when he went to Double A. Went to Portland, Maine. I watched him play up there. So I've been following Benintendi for a long time. Listen to these stats. His WAR, he's last in WAR, -2.
That's abysmal.
He's last in OPS, .482. He is last in OBP, which is .213.
21%. That's horrendous.
His average is 186. His slugging, second worst in the league, is 256. And this is at least 135 at bats. He has 167. His average is bottom 5. He qualifies. Yeah. He is having a terrible year. And I think I kind of mentioned him because he was kind of floating around. Oh, I remember seeing his name last time we did this, but he has gone nowhere other than down. And it's just, he is, it's awful. That's real bad. That's real bad from a batting perspective. I think he can do okay still fielding wise, but I don't remember him being next level fielding. And so if you bat like that, your fielding better be like Deion Sanders level when he was in the prime. I don't know. That's awful. So, and then my last one. Sorry to part-time producer Doug, but I'm going to shout out Patrick Corbin.
Bad again? Well, he's been bad.
He's been bad, but listen to these stats. ERA 6.29.
I just pulled it up. Go ahead.
WAR -8 or -0.8. His WHIP, which is the worst in baseball, 1.77. He only has one quality start in 10 attempts. The dude sucks real bad. The Nats knew. I mean, I think he's been bad
They're
for a while.
Almost done with him, right?
They should be done with him soon.
Either this year or next year.
He continues to get worse, and I feel bad for Doug because that's. I mean, there's no way he can watch them play, right? Like when he pitches, he can't watch that game. He has to change the channel because I can't imagine. 6.29.
Do we have to shit on him just as hard as we shit on Kyle Hendricks? Because Kyle Hendricks got moved to he should be on the down tmoo, but I ragged on him last time.
Yeah,
he's in the bullpen.
He's in the bullpen. He's not starting anymore. Corbin's still starting,
but Kyle Hendricks is bad too.
I mean, he's Hendricks arguably would be worse.
Okay,
but they moved him to the bullpen so he can't do as much damage. Where they're still starting Corbin. You know what I mean?
I don't know what that plan is.
I don't either.
Contract. I'm trying to see when they have to pay him. Okay, he's done. He's gone.
This is last year. Yeah. How old is Corbin, by the way? Is that in front of you?
It is. Go ahead and guess.
28.
Oh, no. He's 34.
Oh, he's that old. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. So he's on the downswing of his career in general. Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
He's made 118. That's so much money.
That's so much money. It's so much money. All right. So those are my three. Hey. Patrick Corbin, Andrew Benintendi, and the A's.
Okay.
So 3 up, 3 down. Not too bad. Not too bad, Chris.
We got there. We're a little rusty, but we made it back.
You know, we're rusty, but we're still really good at what we do. So
damn right. All right. Do you want to take over Braves, or you want me to go Mariners?
All right. You know what? I've been talking, so you go Mariners, and then I'll take Braves.
All right.
Real quick.
Mariners talk. We're in first place.
Good for you.
It doesn't feel like it, and I don't. I watch every game. I don't know if I contribute. Like I don't contribute to Mariners Twitter very much, but it just feels like everything's negative. Mm-hmm. We don't score. We're about to get no hit. Like I turned the game off the other day. The first game against the Yankees came back in the 9th against Clay Holmes. Didn't give up a run all goddamn season until what the hell's today? Today's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday. Yeah, Monday. We gave up like 4 or 5 runs on him and won the game. But I didn't watch any of it. I turned it off because I was pissed.
You know, I did see this, by the way. There's one division that every single team has a negative run differential. You know which one it is?
Ours.
Yeah.
We're only at -4. But
right.
But
still, it's pretty funny.
The offense is bad.
But your pitching's good though, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Okay.
Pitching very, very good. My note states the offense is virtually non-existent. So it's just I don't have an answer as to how to go about it, but
teams that have scored more runs than the Mariners.
Go ahead.
The Marlins.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
The Rockies are 1 run behind you guys.
That's not fair. They're in
Tampa Bay. I'm trying to think. Look at the teams with bad. The Angels.
All right, we're done with that.
Sorry. Okay.
So anyway,
that's fun to me.
That's what I mean by we're in
Pirates.
first place, but it doesn't feel that way. We're up 3 games on the Rangers. It's a long season, right? The what did I say a couple weeks ago? They're 22-28, but guess who's only 4.5 games back?
Fucking Astros.
Houston Astros.
Yep. Coming back to life.
It's just clockwork. I wouldn't even say it's coming back to life. Like that's a piss poor schedule. Or piss poor record, but the Mariners aren't gonna step on anybody's throats when they need to, and so lineup's bad. Bullpen isn't very good. They did go and make a trade for reliever Mike Baumann. Don't know much about him, but apparently he was just odd man out in Baltimore, so we got to put him on our team.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he does well. There was a report that it came from Ryan Divish. He's the main Seattle. I think he works for Seattle Times. I follow him heavily for the Mariners. He said that Harry Ford will be most likely included in a deal for a major league bat.
Oh, okay.
By the deadline. And Mariners social media is just unhappy because everybody apparently loves a double-A catcher that's blocked by Cal Raleigh. But anyway, I don't know that, but he was very confident in his statement in saying that.
Yeah.
So that excited me to a point.
Yeah.
But it's more or less I have to see what we get. So if you remember, I'm going to give it a circle back here. I think it was Bleacher Report put out something that stated Vlad's odds to the Mariners were the highest of any team. And I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, I mean,
but then
you can't deny you would love that.
I'd be excited.
Yeah, you have to.
You'd be like, okay, I got Vlad Jr. and he's new start. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
he's friends with Julio.
Yep.
So now I think I just have to be all on board for it. You know my deal with prospects, or I don't want to say give our best 1 or best 2, but ship some of them out. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. You could always find more.
I mean, how awesome would it be for
you
guys
win right now
to have Vlad and Julio and both of them play like dog shit?
It would be awful. It would be horrendous.
I don't hope that for you, but
it's possible.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
When you make that move, you're like, okay,
yeah,
like, let's game on. I mean, you made the move.
That's a move. Like if the Braves got Vlad, I'd be so stoked. Like,
so we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
if that
July
happens.
talk.
We have to get the Blue Jays.
Oh,
guys
we're talking.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
And the last thing I want to say is I don't know if anybody caught it. We were tweeting it from the PGA because it was in the midst of it happening. I sent RDT, Barstool's RDT, a little bet that for the Orioles Mariners series. It was basically like, hey, I didn't know what to come up with. So I was like, loser buys the winner a hat of their respective team, whatever. Mariners go and lose the series.
Yep.
For what it's worth, they split. What did they go? They're 3 and... Jesus Christ, 3 and 4 right now on their East Coast swing.
Yep.
They have the Nationals. Screw you, Doug. We're coming for the Nationals. But anyway, they lost the series to the Orioles. I shot him a message separately. I was like, hey, like, do whatever. Like, buy it. Tell me how much it is. I'll send it to you. He's like, I don't need any more hats. I was like, okay, well, we're not going to not pay. Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to not pay you. And he has not gotten back to me, but he did say he'll let me know.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to do something.
I know RDT doesn't listen to us, but like, come on, man. Like, hold this man, this gambling man to his debts, damn it.
Shout out RDT.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
You need to tell him to make me pay up. I have no problem doing it. We figured the hat was going to be, between $35-$50, shipping and all that. Like that was what we agreed on. So,
You
but
should buy him a gift card to his restaurant. That's what you should
to
do.
Jimmy's?
Yeah, to Jimmy's. Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I think he gets taken care of. There.
Oh, you're right.
We'll
you're
see.
right. We got to figure something out. That's
All right.
pretty funny.
Listen,
though.
that's my Mariners. We're in first place. If they're in the same situation come August, I'll still feel the same way.
Yeah.
I won't feel good August 1st if we're in a 3-game lead.
Right.
So talk to I need this needs to go all the way through September or August. It goes through September, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I didn't know when the
October's playoffs, buddy.
Yeah. I'm thinking just the World Series. I'm all out of whack. But we don't make it very often. So
Right. You're used to being done by then. I understand.
Yeah. It's only happened once.
All right.
Hit me with the Braves.
Yeah, so offensively, we talked about this last episode, and he's still on fire. Ozuna leads in every single stat that matters for the team.
It sucks so much that it's him.
Our buddy Rob Brown texts us, and I really want to like Ozuna, but I can't. And he's correct in that mindset. Sorry, Ozuna, you're kind of a crappy human being. And so my response was like, I like his bat. I guess that's all I can really do. But the dude is playing out of his mind. Has got a couple winning home runs for us, hit a bomb against the Cubs, late recently. So the guy's playing really well. I mean, but he's this is it. I think this is the last year of his contract. We're not going to re-sign him. I don't know if he'll get. I mean, he's putting in a contract year, and someone's going to pick him up to play DH.
He'll be a twin.
Yeah, I can see that. Twin, that happens. Yeah, Donaldson went there. Sure, why not?
Be a twin. Yeah. Nelson Cruz went there.
Yeah, from a pitching standpoint, Chris Sale has been great.
Very good.
Which we need with the loss of Strider. But you know who else has been really good? And we picked him up, and he went under the radar because of everything else that we had done. But Ronaldo Lopez is basically our second best pitcher. Quality starts, ERA, WHIP, all the stuff that matters. He is second to Sale in. Now his win-loss is 2-1, so I mean not a lot of decisions, but he's pitching really, really well. So he's picking up some of the slack. Fried is starting to get it together. Morton.
Fried just threw a complete game, didn't he?
Did he throw another one?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, never mind. Fried is continuing. Fried is
he's back.
Yeah, let me wind that back. Fried's pitching well. I think.
Wait.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Where we are suffering is just Ozuna seems to be it from an offensive standpoint. Ronnie still hasn't really gotten it together. Matt is not what he was last year. So from an offensive standpoint, we're not nearly the team we were last year.
Acuna's in like Julio.
Acuna's not played well from that perspective either. So we've come back to earth, which, okay, that's fine. We knew it was going to happen-ish. I take that back. I thought we were going to continue to be world beaters. And so here's the deal. Here's my spin on this, Chris. Mm-hmm. Because we're the underdogs. When it matters, we're going to step it up and be world beaters. So that's what I'm hoping happens, because when we were world beaters, we got our butts kicked the last couple of years. So hopefully this is just kind of a wake-up call for the team to say, hey, guess what? You guys are not untouchable. And
maybe.
And that's the only positive spin I can take. We're going to make a trade around the All-Star break.
For
what? So I think I don't know how to say his last name because there's two vowels, but Fed, whatever that guy's name is for the White Sox, who's pitching really well. I think he's someone that will end up taking because he's prototypical Braves target. He's not a big name, but he's pitching well. He'll come over and he'll get some innings for us. Fetty, yes, Fetty.
That's how I pronounce it. It could be wrong.
And then I'm trying to think who else. I mean, one of the Red Sox guys, like Hawk. What's the other guy? Sutton, I think, or Sutter. There's. I'm saying
Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah. So those two guys are both pitching really well, but neither of them are like aces. We're not going to make a trade for an ace. I just don't see that happening. So we're going to pick up some mid-level arms that are pitching really well, and right now those guys are good targets. And that's what will happen. We have to get starters.
Just get arms.
We have to get starters.
The bats figure it out.
Because our bullpen's fine. Like, we have no problems with our bullpen. Chavez, somehow continues to be amazing as a Brave. Iglesias is doing amazing closing games out. So I'm not worried about the bullpen. We got to have starters. And obviously the baseball team has to start hitting the baseball, other than Ozuna, who's hitting it a lot. So
Fried, complete game, 9 strikeouts.
Okay.
Gave up 1 earned run.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So he's back.
So Fried's back. Great. We still need starting pitching,
right.
Especially with freaking Suarez pitching out of his mind. Now the fucking Phillies have 3 aces. Anyways,
you're 6 games back as of right now.
6 games back, and it's still there's still a lot of baseball.
I agree.
Let's not get that,
6 isn't that bad.
6 is not bad, but again, like I said, they're in the position I thought we would be in. So
okay.
I told you I wasn't worried last time we spoke. Now I'm starting to get worried. I'll admit it. Like that, the Phillies are a problem. So
yeah.
We'll see if their bats cool down. We'll see if Suarez comes back to earth. If they do, then we have a shot to make a run at the division. We'll still make the playoffs. I'm not worried about that, but I don't like the Phillies winning the division at all. So we'll see what happens. But lots of good season, lots of season, lots of good baseball.
Gone, but still a lot more to go.
Exactly. Speaking of the season, this weekend,
yeah,
I looked, Chris. I'm not really excited about a lot.
I have 2 call outs, and that's it. And one of them is 3 guys lumped into one. It's our boy Alek Manoah, my boy.
Your boy. I'm not on that train yet.
My boy Alek Manoah, Corbin Burns, who we didn't really talk about, but he's been Corbin Burns, and Shota Imanaga are all pitching tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Shota's pitching tomorrow. Yeah.
Manoah against the Tigers. He's on the road. Now I gotta find the other ones. I should have had that ready. Oh, Corbin Burns against the White Sox. That might be a perfect game. And Shota against the Cardinals, potentially another
potential perfect game. Yeah.
So those are just some pitching matchup, like just pitchers. But in all honesty, like it's like most of the
there weren't any really good matchups, and not
Verlander, your boy, throws tomorrow against the A's.
Yep.
Potential perfect game.
Not anymore, but yeah, I mean he could probably dominate.
All right, the more I look, the more it gets a little. I didn't do a great job. Zach Gallen throws tomorrow too.
So a lot of big names
number
pitching.
Ones.
Yeah,
so
but they're pitching against other. Like it's not a good matchup.
Marlins. You know what? You're gonna get your ace. Basically, everybody we just named is pitching against a subpar team. Like a not very good
How
team.
amazing. We get like 2 no hits.
And yes, the Tigers are subpar. Fuck them. Anyway. But Gallen against Marlins, Verlander against A's, Imanaga against Cardinals, Burns against White Sox, and then the only chance of anything decent is Manoah against Tigers. And you get Seth Lugo tomorrow too. Seth Lugo day.
Okay.
In terms of team matchups, like I just named how many series, none of them are particularly good.
No.
The only call out I really had for that is Yankees Padres.
Yeah.
And there isn't anything like tomorrow. It's Rodon, Darvish. Darvish has been pitching really well. But
they got Stroman versus Cease. That's not a bad matchup. I don't know what the Sunday is though.
Sunday is just like Musgrove and
Clark
Schmidt. But overall, good. A lot of names, right? Soto, or it's in San Diego actually.
Yeah, Soto
back.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got Manny Machado, you got Tatis, you got Judge. Like, star power galore.
That's the series that I care about the most.
A lot of bats.
Yeah,
so
lot of bats.
Contrary to the arms that we just named.
Yeah.
I was thinking that they may have been Sunday Night Baseball, but that is apparently Cubs and Cardinals. And right now we have TBD versus TBD.
Oh, what? That's so dumb.
Who knows? Maybe Kyle Hendricks spot start.
Oh my God! If they did that, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I mean,
he threw today. He won't.
I guess I understand because markets and shit, but man, that's not a good Sunday Night Baseball game. But whatever.
But those are my only call outs, and I know it ended up being a lot because I missed a couple.
Yeah,
research isn't my point.
There's no good matchup.
Friday pitchers is basically
Friday. You're gonna have a lot of good pitchers versus not good teams for the most part. The only real matchup that's gonna be fun to watch is Yankees Padres. Other than if your team's playing a bad team, like if you're playing the A's or the Marlins or the White Sox, then. Or the Nationals. So things are going well for those guys.
Yeah.
We play the Pirates. We're going to miss their aces. So, I want to see Skenes pitch, but not against us.
Yeah.
So
you can watch them whenever you want.
Yeah. So I'm not too hurt about that. So we'll see how the weekend goes, and again, sorry for our absence. We're glad to be back. Baseball's
enjoy
baseball's in full
Memorial
swing.
Day weekend.
That's right.
That's right. I just had it pulled up and I closed it. You would assume that there's going to be some day baseball on Monday.
I don't think there is.
Stop.
I don't think there is. I mean, the Cubs are going to play some day baseball, but you know what? I'll hand up. I did not actually look at
Me neither. I'm trying
Monday.
to find it.
And the reason is Chris and I are going to be playing golf this weekend. So
Red Sox O's at 1 o'clock.
okay, I'll watch that.
4 o'clock are Braves Nats.
I'll watch that. Sorry, Doug.
Sox. Dodgers Met. Yeah, just midday.
Nah.
Like go out of 4 o'clocks.
Yeah. Bust, I didn't think there was anything too special, but
not the whole. Okay, I don't. MLB doesn't make sense, man. Like I know Monday and Thursday are MLB off days, but you gotta have. It's
that's
not
a
even
holiday.
a full slate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's weird.
You start games at noon, 1 o'clock. Figure it out, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, people are going to be out on the lake. They're going to be out at the pool, and they can have their radio on or
No,
I mean, streaming.
Well, to your point, saying that, then
Yeah.
I guess it's better to put them at. I don't know. Just day baseball.
Day
on the
baseball should have
holidays.
happened, but they missed it. But whatever.
But to your point, hand up. We were delayed. This was a month, I think, in between. So that was a kind of long one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that was the longest, I think. Or did we do that in the off season too?
Yeah. We don't. It's been a while.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna do our very best to not let that happen again. We do have some scheduling stuff coming up soon, but we're gonna take that off air to hash that out. But we're gonna be more active again. Hand up. That's on both of us. But we appreciate all of your support before, during, after. Make sure you go after RDT. Make sure you give Cammie, that Astros teacher, a follow. Just follow us as well if you're listening for the first time. If you've been here the whole time, thank you. Keep supporting us. Keep shooting us texts. Hold me accountable. Hold us accountable.
And we're definitely gonna be better. And baseball's a long season, and we just had a small slump, and that's not gonna happen again. We're gonna come out firing. It's early.
It's early.
It's not
we're
even
only 30% of the way through the season.
Exactly. We can't be held to those standards. So, Chris, it's been good to talk baseball with you all night.
As always, my friend.
But I appreciate it. My name's Andrew.
I'm Chris.
And this is the Coach's Sons Podcast.